may have fixed it. Mine's super loud. Can somebody else talk?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. I think we're all unmuted now. That should be good. Brian does look frozen.
Am I frozen?
Just standing very still or sitting very still.
Okay. I think we're all good now. It's because I had an issue with my audio, and I think it, like, when I switched my microphone, it swapped to something else and then turned everything off. So I think we're good. Okay. Allison says yay sound. Albert says oh yay sound. So I guess we could start this off the way I intended to, with our normal intro. So you're listening to the Station 71 podcast live. My name is Mario, and this week I'm joined by my co-hosts.
Brian?
And Kirsten.
So we are live with our 3-year anniversary special. It's been 3 years, guys. I cannot believe
Crazy.
it. It's, yeah.
I don't get how fast time has gone by.
I don't either. It feels like yesterday we were talking about D23 and all the fun stuff that came with that. So yeah, let's talk about some of the stuff that's happened over the past couple of years. We can lead off with that, talk about some stuff that we've done, some fun things that we have memories of, and we'll kick off the show that way. Does anybody have any memories or anything they want to start with? Nobody jumped.
I mean, I made kind of a list of a few of my favorite episodes.
Sure. Start us off with that.
Just being, I really enjoyed the History of Halloween at Walt Disney World episode because I'm a big Halloween fan. Love all things spooky. And my other honorable mention was the Duffy Bear episode.
Which episode?
Just because that one was so Duffy Bear.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, that was a weird
It was
one.
so weird and fun and awkward all at the same time.
That was an interesting one for sure.
I still can't believe I researched all of that.
Yeah.
That's the thing that, like, I spent too much time working on that.
Can't get that time back, Mario.
Never. I will never get that time back.
What about you guys? Any particular favorites?
I guess it's kind of not exactly the same, but I really enjoyed doing the movie club because it's opened my mind to a lot of movies that I probably never would have watched before, especially DComs.
I will say I've loved doing the movie clubs, but I hate everyone that's made us watch really crappy movies. And by that, I mean the Country Bears.
Oh, man.
Whoever decided that was the first one we were going to watch is, like, now become my mortal enemy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Any favorite movies out of the movie club that you don't think you would have watched or anything?
I mean, Luck of the Irish, I don't think I ever would have seen that if we hadn't done the movie club.
It's a good one. I mean,
Man.
I probably would not have watched the Country Bears again, but
Oh, I definitely would
Yeah.
not have and probably will not be watching it ever again.
that and Artemis Fowl.
No,
I don't think I will
definitely
ever watch
not.
Artemis Fowl ever again.
Yeah.
Was it bad?
Oh, it was so bad. You dodged a bullet on that one.
Well, I read the books when I was a kid, and so I'm like, I should watch that. I have no memory of the books at this point,
Oh,
so
you should probably
I don't know.
definitely not watch it.
Oh, that was I really went into it with an open mind. I tried to like it. I could not like it. I watched it twice and could not tell you a thing that happened in that movie. It was that bad.
Except Mulch Diggum's mouth.
Yeah, that's
What is with
You can't erase that imagery.
Judi Dench has been like failing. She was in Cats, then Artemis Fowl. I'm disappointed.
Whatever she's doing, she's not doing something right.
Maybe they paid her well. I mean, of course they did. She's Judi Dench.
So what else you got, Beth? What do you have on the list of stuff that you wanted to look back on?
Of course, I was a fan of my trip report back in February because I got to talk about my trip and tell that funny story about me and Caleb's used popcorn bucket, which is still a thing that we joke about to this day. Even though, I mean, I know that was only in February, but still something that we bring up from time to time.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
And
At this point, yeah, everything.
no, it really does. And then my other favorite was, of course, having Cal David on, the voice of Sunny Eclipse. That was just
that was fun.
magical. I was very starstruck by that.
That also feels like it was like a lifetime away.
It was like right before everything really hit the fan, like quarantine and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. That was probably my favorite episode I think we've done. I genuinely like really enjoyed that conversation we had with him. It was great to like meet somebody or to talk to somebody that I honestly never really thought I would have talked to in that level. And he was just such a down to earth person. Like that was what made that episode for me. It was like he is Sunny Eclipse. And I never could have predicted that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So, with that, I know I was talking about maybe delaying us a little bit. Do we want to start with the personal Station 71 host trivia?
You can.
I'm curious about this, considering like I don't know what any of the questions are.
Me either.
So, for everybody listening on the live stream, I have set up a trivia about a bunch of different things. We have one about the hosts. We have one about the episodes, like the Disney Parks stuff. It's general Disney Parks history, but it's all stuff that we've covered on the episodes. And we also have a trivia about Disney movies. So there are prizes attached to each one of these. Correct, Beth? These are where we're giving the prizes away.
Yeah, I thought what we'd do is go over all the prizes, and then we have 5 prizes total, and I figured the winners could pick which one they wanted in order of who got the most points or whatever.
Works for me. So in order to play the trivia, I'm going to put a link up. I'll copy the link and I'll share it in the chat. I just got to set this up so that the timer doesn't run out before everybody can join. So we'll have a minute to join. Only 20 people can join in the experience. So we're going to ask that if you were in one of the other trivias to make way for other people before you jump in. But let me...
Ew, whoever loses has to lick the honey wall. That's just...
Oh gosh, please no.
That reminds me of that video of that kid licking the wall in the plaza, licking the window.
Okay, so let me switch over to our...
We are not condoning licking the honey wall.
Please no honey wall.
Don't even touch the honey wall, much less lick it.
It needs to come down.
Yes. Okay, so do you want to talk about the prizes first, and then I'll pull up this trivia and we can...
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so these are not in any sort of order, but one prize is a set of Hey Hey and Pua stuffed animals. Each one of these is like a foot tall. Hey Hey's a little bit taller. They're super cute and plush and fun.
That
really
is
great if you have kids.
That is a lot bigger than I thought they were when you told us about them originally.
Yes, they're very big. And then we have a Stitch water bottle, and on the back it has little time stamps so you can gauge your hydration throughout the day and try to keep track of that. We have a set of Moana lithograph and exclusive pin. Some of this is still in the packaging, so I figured, I don't know if you guys wanted me to take it out or if you wanted to receive it brand new as is. Very cute hat. Full disclosure, I almost considered keeping this because it's super cute. It has all these little Stitch and pineapple and whatever icons on it. So I may or may not have some people in the chat, trying to win trivia for me as a gift. And then this one, I guess I should probably take out the plastic so you can see it. The last gift is very cute Lion King picture frame.
Oh, I like that one. So are we doing audience choice for the prize, or are we doing
I figured we just go along, and whoever wins first place can pick a prize on this one, and then maybe we'll do 2 winners from the next one and then 3 winners on the last one or something like that.
Okay. So I'm going to switch us over. The screen that you're about to see is going to be our trivia screen. So let's slide that here. If you want to join the trivia, all you have to do is go to crowd.live and then join with the enter code 8KJ8G. I'm going to wait till this fills up and then we'll start. So how this works is questions are going to pop up on the screen. We're going to read them out. Everybody's going to have a total of, I think, 20 seconds to answer the question. The faster you answer the question, the more points you get. So try to be quick, try to get the most, and hopefully we'll have a winner at the end of this. Let's see.
Oh, we're lagging.
Oh boy. Let me see if I can get that to...
At least we're not lagging and Frozen looking ugly.
Is it still lagging? Oh gosh, yeah, it's really lagging.
Mine has been the whole time, but I think it's because my computer was made 500 years ago.
My internet might be cutting in and out, but I think it should be good. Nope, it's still going super slow. Okay. This is why they should not have gotten rid of the Google Hangouts on air that we used to use, because that made this so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we're sort of back up to speed. Okay, let me refresh the trivia screen. Everybody's got a couple minutes to get in here. So the code is 8KJ8G. I'm going to start it in about 2 seconds, and then you'll have about 10 seconds before the thing starts, and we'll go from there. But this one is strictly about the host, so this is about all of us. I'm curious to see
I want to know
who wins. I think this is probably... If you listen to us, this is probably the easiest of all of them. Actually, this is probably going to be the easiest out of all of them. All right, I'm going to start the timer now. So
Okay.
Once it starts, we're going to have 10 seconds. Okay. And then the question should pop up on your phone or device that you're playing on as well. Okay. So the first question is, which Station 71 host lives closest to the parks? Start us off with an easy one. Okay, and it's ended, so the correct answer is Brian, obviously. If you listened to last week, he's a Florida local and the only one out of all of us.
Yep.
Okay, so next question. On the episode where the hosts ranked every Disney attraction, which attraction ranked the highest? So which attraction is basically the top Station 71 attraction?
Ooh, y'all should know this one too, for sure.
I'm about to say.
I think this is going to end up coming
This is
down
a
to
very
speed.
common.
Everybody locked it in, and everybody got... Oh, no. Not everyone locked it in. We got 2 people that didn't. Okay, so time's up. The answer is Haunted Mansion, which we got 10 votes on.
Of course.
Next one.
Don't have to listen to many episodes to know that.
Yeah, this next one is, what is Beth's favorite animated movie? This one you also shouldn't really have a hard time with. Although I do see some struggles going on in here. I can see the votes in real time.
Easy to tell. You look at what's behind me.
So Beth, do you want to give us what your favorite movie is if we can't see behind you?
The Princess and the Frog, of course.
So 73% of people that voted on that one got it correct.
Nice.
Number 4. This is an easy one. Who is Kirsten's favorite celebrity?
Oh, yeah. Here's another.
It also
one.
has clues in the background.
Yeah.
This one, there must be like only 10 people playing, because the votes on this one just all went in at the same time.
100%, right?
It is 100%. Kirsten's favorite celebrity is Cher. I struggled on how to word that one. I was like, I have to throw a Cher question in here for Kirsten, but
Has to be in every episode.
it's on the bingo card. Okay, during the tour of World Showcase, which country did we start in? We got Mexico, Canada, the UK, and France. Do you guys remember this one?
I actually don't.
Man, it's got to be one of 2 answers, right?
Not necessarily.
Well, there's 2 that would make a lot more sense than the others.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I guess everybody went back and listened or looked, because the answer is A, Mexico, and 11 votes out of 12 got that correct. So let's go on to the next one. What attraction's entrance did Mario have a misconception about?
Yeah, anybody in our Discord should know this one very easily.
I had to throw the self-deprecating
a
joke in
recurring
there. I will say I threw a zinger in here. And I apparently got some people too. So the answer is The Seas with Nemo and Friends, which, if you did not remember, my misconception was that I thought you had to actually ride the attraction to go into the Seas Pavilion. I did get a couple people with Finding Nemo the musical.
I'll never live it down.
I will never live that down. Number 7. During the Disney Draft episode, which host drafted Ohana as their table service choice? Do you guys remember this one? I went way back.
Man, that's a tough one.
I wasn't on this,
I don't
but I have a
remember.
guess. I'm curious.
Actually, we're on this one, Kirsten.
I was?
Yes.
Oh. Oops.
Because I will
That's
tell
how
you,
far back it was.
it was very far back. This was one of our first episodes, and the reason I can tell you were on this episode is because Brian drafted Wishes out from under you, and you were very mad.
Now I do remember this.
Does anybody want to take a guess on who this was? And I
Was
will tell
it you
you,
and Ohana?
Well, it wasn't me, I don't think.
Was it
I will-
you and Ohana?
it was not me. And I will
Was it
tell
me?
you,
I know I love Ohana.
one person got this correct. The answer was Brian.
Makes sense.
It does make sense.
Which Station 71 host participated in the Disney College program? We got some fast answers on this one.
Also, sorry that the video is so laggy compared to the trivia, but if you're playing the trivia in your browser on your phone, it shouldn't detract from your answers at all.
Yeah, I think my internet's starting to cut out a little bit, so the stream may be a little bit laggy, but hopefully the trivia is working fine for everyone. So the answer to this one is D, Kirsten. As she's mentioned a couple times on our episodes, she has participated in the Disney College program. So number 9, what was the first Station 71 episode topic?
Oh, Lord.
We've got the history of Magic Kingdom,
Oh.
D23 2017, Not So Scary Halloween Party, and a tribute to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Which, fun fact, all of these were very early Station 71 topics. But only one is correct. And that answer would be D23 2017, which we got 10 votes correct on that one. Okay, so
Nice.
last question, and I don't remember what this last question was. So let's see what it is. Okay. Which Station 71 host is known as the resident drinker? I'm going to also say this one was locked in very quickly. And if you participated,
It's fine.
it will be B. Beth with 10 votes correct. So let's see.
It's a title I hold with pride.
Let's see what the results are and see who won. Crowd rankings. Oh, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4-way tie
Whoa.
with 9 points correct or 9 questions correct. However, we have one person that was faster than everybody else.
Wow.
We have DMG 550 was the fastest and most correct. 9 right, 800 points total. So congratulations. It was good.
Who was it?
DMG 550. He's in our Discord as well.
Yes. Sorry, I just didn't hear.
That's okay.
All right, so he needs to tell us which prize he wants so I can set it aside.
Okay. Let's see. See if he pops up in here and lets us know. In the meantime, I'm going to switch us back over to our regular. Oh gosh, it's lagging really hard again.
It's way back.
General stream. Let's see. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's going horribly slow. Oh boy. Okay. Come on.
So while we wait for that, is he in the chat right now? I didn't notice.
I'm not sure. I can't actually open the chat. I'm trying to not open all of these windows just to like hopefully slow down the lag here. But if anybody can check to see if he's in the chat, that would be great.
I don't see in the YouTube chat.
Okay. Well, we can message him on Discord and let him know that he won. I'm gonna. Apparently, it didn't come across in the. I apologize for the lag again. My computer is not going so hot here. See if I can maybe bring this back.
Is the video lagging or the audio or both?
So on my end, it looks like the video is lagging. I'm not sure about the audio. If anybody in the chat could tell us if the video is lagging or just the audio, that would be great. Actually, I just realized that's probably a really dumb request because if the audio is lagging. Okay. I think it should be a little bit better now. Nope.
Okay, they say both.
Okay. Mainly the video, but both at times. Okay, so if the audio is holding up, that's fine. I mean, I can probably play around with it and see if I can get it to work. So yeah, let's talk about some other fun stuff that we've done. If you guys want to kick off some discussion while I mess around with this.
Sure. Wow, jinx.
You had a list of questions that people had written in, right?
Yeah, we can go there.
I do. I was trying to get the.
I was just gonna say, if anybody else has any questions or topics, while we're doing this, feel free to message us and something we can chat
Yeah.
about.
So apparently, let's round back to trivia for a second, because apparently DMG is David G in the chat. He said he missed the prize options. So if you want to, okay,
sent a picture of all of them so that he could see.
Perfect. And then they want to know who came in second and third.
Who was last place?
Let me pull up the dashboard and I will let you know who else placed in other spots.
All right, so he has decided that he wants the Hey Hey and Pua plushes.
Nice.
So all of our trivia winners, we should have said this before. I'm pretty sure he's United States, so I hope it's not a big deal. If you are playing trivia, your prizes have to be shipped to a contiguous United States address, whether that is your house, your work, or next time you go to Disney World, we can ship it to your resort. It's just way too expensive to ship overseas, so sorry about that. But like I said, we will hold it till your next trip if need be, so that we can ship it to your resort. So what we need from you guys that win is for you to send us an email at station71podcast@gmail.com with your name and the address that you want us to send it to.
Cool. So let me read off who else was tied for first place. We have Allie came in the close second with 754 points.
Nice.
Naomi came in right behind her with 728, and Karen M came in with 670. Does anybody want to know who came in last? Because I think this is funny.
Who?
Laz came in dead last with 373 points.
Aww.
Okay.
He's trying to win me that hat.
See if I can.
Thank you, lad.
I hope we're frozen in attractive positions. That's all I have to say.
I'm going to try a couple things to see if I can.
We're
get this
attractive folks, so no matter how we're frozen, it's attractive.
I'm going to see if I can try to get this situated. If you guys want to keep talking and try to see what's going on, I'm going to play around with some stuff here and hopefully that works.
I see. I'm looking at the question list. Can I start one?
Sure.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Disney marketing campaign? And then example they used, Matt sent us that on Instagram. They said such as Year of a Million Dreams. Year of a Million Dreams is definitely my favorite marketing campaign, like by a long shot. And then they made it like 2 years of a million dreams. And then I was doubly excited. I wish they would go back to doing that. I feel like they don't really do that really anymore.
No, at least nowhere near that scale.
Because like then there was like the leap year thing, and then they did like the birthday, you get in free on your birthday. Like they don't really do like themed years anymore.
Yeah. I feel like they used to do a lot more of the 24-hour things too.
Yeah.
Like you said, for leap year, I think they did one, and then they had for whatever other reasons.
Yeah.
Year of a Million Dreams was like such a good promotion that they did. And I feel like that's the one I definitely remember. I also really want to talk about the birthday cake castle because I feel like we have to talk about that. And the Stitch castle that they did where they threw toilet paper over Cinderella Castle.
I thought those were, I think it's cool that they did stuff like that. I know a lot of people really hate the like Pepto-Bismol castle, but I think it's cool that they did it. I could understand being upset if that was my once in a lifetime trip and I didn't get the picture with the castle that everybody dreams of getting, but people that go regularly or a lot, I think it's cool to have things that shake it up a little bit.
Yeah. What do y'all ever wonder what they did with the castle, like the big blow up part that went around the castle? Like, do y'all think that that's somewhere in a warehouse?
It has to be. I
never
mean,
thought about that. It's interesting to think though, because I doubt they just threw it in the trash.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Spectro magic floats are in the trash.
ouch, that hurt. I don't know.
Laz said to lower the bit rate of the stream, and that might help us not be frozen.
I
don't know
tried
if
that.
you know what
It's
that
like
means or how to do that.
I think I fixed it sort of. It's dropping in and out a little bit, so it might freeze for a second, but I think we should be okay for a little bit, hopefully. I was reading the chat and I saw that. I was like, oh, I can try to do that. So if he has other suggestions, tell him. Let me know. But yeah, so what other questions do we get?
I just want to say also, I know this isn't park specific, but another marketing campaign of Disney's that I liked was Annie Leibovitz Dream Portraits.
Ooh,
I thought those were really cool, where they had celebrities dressed up as different Disney characters. Had those like really fantastical portraits.
Yeah.
Those were really pretty. But other questions. Let's see. Any exciting interviews planned for upcoming episodes? Allie asked us on Instagram.
I can answer this one. We tend to kind of do interviews as they happen. So no, because we don't have anything planned. If there's anyone
that we would like to.
Oh, I love this question. This is like, I feel like we've done this one every live show, so we should definitely talk about who we would want to interview.
Besides Joe Rohde.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
goes without saying.
Realistically, who do we want to interview?
I think I've said this every year so far, but I want to interview someone that's actually like designed and worked on something. So someone in Imagineering, though I imagine that's probably impossible because I'm sure they have some super NDA that they can't like talk about any of this stuff with us.
Probably.
Bob Gurr, I think would be cool. I know he's still pretty active on like social media, and he still gives talks and stuff. I doubt he would, but that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Baxter does a lot of interviews too, so
he does.
Yeah, I've seen him do a lot of not like podcast interviews, but I know I'm pretty sure he did Podcast The Ride at like one of their live shows. He's done a couple like I don't know. He's done a couple things that I've seen him do, and I feel like he might be a little bit easier to obtain than some of the people that are currently like really involved. Not trying to get anyone's hopes up. Yeah,
I'm sure he charges a fee.
He has to, I'm sure.
Because Bob Gurr is just like some old dude, so I'm like, he has a website. I've looked at it before, but that Tony Baxter, you saying that made me think of someone else, and I can't remember who. Oh yeah, Dan Cockrell.
That would be a good one.
Just like will meet people in Starbucks. If you go to the Starbucks by his house, he'll just like say hi to you. He goes like every morning or something, or every Friday morning. So yeah, Brian, you gotta find that Starbucks and
stalk it.
Yeah, he likes it. He's super. I added him on LinkedIn and he accepted me. He's like I think he just really likes talking to people and helping people.
Doesn't he does a podcast where he talks about like his career with Disney and like how to make your career magical, which is like,
yeah,
it's such a cool thing.
Yeah, he's written a few different books.
What about
you? Bob Gurr has like a management company, so we could always, email them.
What about you guys? Any other interviews that you would love to do?
Honestly, I would love to just hear from different people at different positions at Disney, because I think a lot of the stuff, when we got to do Yeehaw Bob,
That was so
it
much
was kind of
fun.
just like, it was cool. And, obviously I was a big fan of him, and it was cool to hear like an entertainer, but I would love to hear kind of just like other people that have different positions, like how it is at Disney. And I always love hearing about the behind the scenes kind of stuff that goes on. So really just anyone in the Disney organization that has some interesting stories.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
there's so many unique positions. Like, I don't know, I think we were doing the podcast once when we started talking about the pyrotechnics and like the pyrotechnics manager. I mean, that's just like how many, people have job titles that are like pyrotechnics manager.
Yeah,
Just
like
there's
that's
so many different, and like who designs like the face character or the character costumes and like the changes they make. And I don't know, there's all kinds of like weird jobs that normal people never think of.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about that too, like how cool it would be to like have some of those jobs. I don't think we've ever actually talked about like maybe talking to somebody who has one of those jobs. Should
Yeah.
definitely look into that. That's something I think we should do this year. Any like really big famous people that you would want to like unrealistically interview?
Share.
I meant Disney related, but sure, why not?
I was about to say, I can think of people. I'm trying to think of specific to Disney though. James Earl Jones.
Oh gosh, could you imagine that interview? That would be something.
it's just good getting to listen to him talk. So
I just want to hear him talk. I just want to talk to him. I don't have any questions. Just say words to me.
Paige O'Hara. That'd be cool.
that's a
Ooh.
good one.
Yes.
That would be cool.
I really can't think of anyone. I know I threw that question out. Joe Rohde is like my unrealistic interview that I would love to do, but like I know that's
I
never
think he's
gonna
all
happen.
of ours.
Yeah. I just remember the heartbreak when we first started talking about doing interviews, and I looked up his website, and on his website he very specifically says he cannot talk about anything Disney related, and that was such a like, oh well, I guess there goes that one.
Honestly, I would talk to him about other stuff. Like he just travels so much and he posts the coolest stuff on Instagram and like the random things he knows and like his own art. I would just love to have him talk about his life for an hour.
I would love to talk to him about the places he's been, because I feel like his Instagram posts are just like so fascinating, because he always goes into like depth about like the different places he's been and how they like relate to stuff that he's done. Like you said, his art. Like I would sit here and talk to him about that, but I know that that's not a thing that we can get it from him either.
Yeah, it's really cool. If y'all don't follow him on Instagram, you should.
Says the guy who didn't even follow him on Instagram till
I didn't, but
recently.
I'm so glad that you told me about his Instagram account, because lately too he's been posting a bunch of like Lord of the Rings concept art, which is something I'm also very into. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what other ones do we have?
Let's see. What are your dreams for the new Princess and the Frog Splash Mountain?
Ooh.
My dream is that they give it a lot of love and care and detail and make it an attraction that is worthy of Tiana and friends.
You know what I really want to see, and I don't think that they will do it, but I want this to be very, very classic Disney, like just a Disney dark ride. I want it to be all animatronics, obviously no screens. I mean, we talked about that, but I would really love, the fact that Princess and the Frog was the last, hand animated Disney film. I think it would be really cool for them to kind of preserve that in a way by doing, a fully animatronic, just kind of dark ride with Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my hope too, is that like we get some kind of not projection faced animatronic. I really don't want that. That is my only like big thing. I hate the animatronics in Frozen Ever After, and I really hope that Disney returns to like more of the shaman level of animatronic. And even then, I would take something lesser as long as it doesn't have projection faces. I just don't see that working.
Right, and I think you can do Princess and the Frog correctly without having to have that level of intricacy in an animatronic, because it is based on animated characters.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could even effectively use the projection faces with her skin tone, though.
That's
You know?
That's a
Or
good...
maybe they'll be forced into real animatronics.
Oh, please. So here's a question. I know I said this before as a joke. If we see like projection faced animatronics, but they have to do one like normal animatronic, like one big high scale animatronic, who would be that animatronic? Like, for example, I think in Frozen Ever After, Olaf and Sven look miles better than Anna and Elsa, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Take the human animal factor out of it. Like, if they had to give one character full on animatronic, like big budget style stuff, and everybody else had to suffer, who would you make that animatronic?
Dr. Facilier.
Dr.
I think it would
Facilier.
be really good.
Yeah, 100.
Right before the drop, have a nice, like, really well done animatronic.
Have him like larger than life Yeti style reach down at the cart.
I'm all for it.
So cool. I love that.
But then what happens when that animatronic...
When it breaks and they have to shine a
It breaks,
strobe
yeah.
light on it. Oh,
Dr. Facilier.
goodness.
It's funny.
So do we want to do another trivia? We can do the parks trivia and then answer some more questions.
I want to address the chat a little bit. I feel bad because it's so far behind that they're not able to like interact with us in real time.
Yeah.
But I do want to draw attention to the fact that both Laz and Al said that they missed the first two questions of the trivia because they were opening the window.
I can
And
set it
Now
to...
you guys know how to do it. So no excuses next time.
I can also set it a little bit longer before we start it, so it's not 10 seconds before the game is going. That might help. I also appreciate in the chat, I know Kirsten doesn't, that everyone doesn't understand who Cher is.
They know who Cher is. I think they're just thinking her chain.
Oh.
This was my
Like
favorite.
the Hockey Pockety's comment, though.
Yeah.
She's that animatronic with the black hair on Superstar Limo. So still Disney related.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she
You
was
could
in
interview
the
Cher.
she was in the video of, remember when the animation studio used to be like the animation studio in Hollywood Studios, and there was that you could go in and watch that video that Mushu narrated
Yes.
beforehand.
Yeah.
She was in that video. There was a picture of her.
It does not surprise me that you know that. I feel like you know every Cher reference in Walt Disney World and any Disney property.
Or just in life, any Cher reference. That's like my goal.
There you go. Okay, so do we want to switch over to trivia? Let me pull the... There may be a second where we lag again just because I'm switching screens. Oh gosh, yeah, the lag just got really big real quick.
I know. I wonder what.
It's probably how I'm like switching between everything. It went right back. It looks like it's back to normal. So let me open the theme park trivia.
While you're doing that, Laz says they have so much space to flesh out the Princess and the Frog ride, and that his theory is that they'll base the first half of the ride on the Princess and the Frog and the second half on its unannounced sequel.
I would love that.
I would love to hear about that sequel. Yes.
I have never actually seen The Princess and the Frog.
Whoa,
but
hold on. We got to address that one.
Yeah, I saw the beginning one time, like, I don't know, and then I fell asleep.
gosh.
So I've never seen it, but I do wish that they would do another hand-drawn like animation.
That would be the perfect opportunity. Princess and the Frog sequel.
I don't know. I don't know if I would want Princess and the Frog to get a sequel because I know you're probably like ready to fight me on this one. I feel like it ended so well, and I don't want to see them milk it for a sequel when it doesn't need one.
That's a good point.
It did end really well, but I also love those characters and would love to see more of them, especially since I've been watching Tangled the series lately at many recommendations in the Discord, and getting to see more of those characters has made me really wish that there was something Princess and the Frog related in the same vein.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I would be cool with them doing like a TV show of some kind. That would be neat. I don't know how they would manage to do that, but I don't know.
Caleb says he's just here because he stands Brian. Number one Brian stan.
I like Laz's comment.
All right, Caleb, I see how it is.
I like Laz's comment in here. Pull an avatar and give us Princess and the Frog 2, 3, 4, and 5, but they'll never come out, so that's fine.
That's accurate, yeah.
Everyone's commenting about the fact that Brian still hasn't moved.
Is my video paused?
No,
or am
you're
I
just really still.
I think he's just a very still person.
I guess so.
He's just very zen.
Hey, I mean, we need a new meme, right? So.
Yeah. Mario's like, please give us a new meme.
Yeah, one that doesn't involve me. Okay, I'm going to switch us over to theme park trivia. Since we're so behind, I'm going to give a couple minutes before we actually start the trivia for people to hop in before I start the countdown on it. That way we don't miss out. Same way that you did it the last time, you're going to go to crowd.live and enter the code PYRA2. That's the code for this game. And this one, I specifically geared towards episode trivia based on episodes that we've done. So a lot of this is theme park related, but if you've listened to episodes that we've done, you'll know the answers to these. Or you should, hopefully.
What's the code again?
It is PY.
It's not showing up on the screen.
Oh, it's not. Hang on one second. I'll type it in the chat to make it a little bit easier. PYRA2 is the code. Okay.
Ira 2.
Yes, Pyra 2. I want to throw this out here. One of the questions that I used in here was from like a really early question, and I want to see how many people actually get this right. And I have to thank Kirsten for this one because it was coded with her color in the show notes. So,
Wait, what?
This theme park trivia is all based off of episodes that we've done, and one of the questions in here, I think probably the hardest one, was one of the things that you put in one of our show notes. So I have to thank you for that, and I'm curious to see how many people get it right.
I'm curious to see if I'll remember what it is.
Yes, I'm curious to see if you remember what it is too. I guess the best way to do this would probably be like discuss some of the episodes that we talked about these on after the time has run out, so it gives a little bit of time for everybody to catch up, because I think the big complaint with the last one was that we were very far ahead. So okay,
I have a request to spin around so they all know I'm okay. I was about halfway around and I realized my castle's over here. And I've already knocked it over once today, so I had to make doubly sure I didn't do it.
Oh no!
You're gonna be like those little kids that broke the glass castle.
Ooh, yeah.
Yikes!
Okay, so we got 9 people in here.
Do you have it glued?
No.
Is it just stuck together?
Yeah, all of my Legos, I just put them together. I have this thing where, like, if I were to put something in the wrong spot and I glued it down, it would bother. I would never get over. It could be one little thing out of place, and it would bother me so bad. So I live dangerously.
I do not envy you for that. That's very much living on the edge. Okay, I'm going to start the countdown on this trivia. It looks like we got about 10 people in here now, and I believe you can join as it's going on. Obviously, you'll probably miss the first question, but let's start with the theme park-based trivia. We got 15 seconds before, so got a little bit of time left.
Lad said redemption time. That's right. Win me this hat.
All right, so first question. Duffy Bear made his first appearance in 2002 to coincide with the opening of what Disney store? We have the Emporium, World of Disney, Once Upon a Toy, and Mouse Gear. Oh, okay. We had a pretty even split here. So the correct answer is C, Once Upon a Toy in Disney Springs, which got 3 votes. So yeah, that's obviously from our Duffy Bear episode.
I didn't remember that.
I feel like the Duffy Bear episode is a blur for everyone but me.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question. We have Disney's fictitious secret society that has ties to many Disney attractions is known as. We have the Adventurers Club, Mickey's Explorers Club, Jungle Navigation Co., and the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. All right, this was pretty evenly split here. We got a lot of people that voted for the correct answer. About 80% of the people that voted picked the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, which is correct. Another episode that I did way too much research on for no reason.
That was a good episode. I thoroughly.
That was a good one.
That was a fun one. I felt very much like the Pepe Sylvia meme. It's over here, but also over here, and then over here too. Oh, number 3. Who was the original sponsor for Spaceship Earth? We have AT&T, Siemens, Kraft Foods, and Bell Systems. This one was more recent. This was from our World Showcase tour. Or not World Showcase, Future World Tour episode. Ooh, a lot of people didn't get this one right. You guys know what the answer is to this one?
No, Siemens was the sponsor.
Yeah, I thought it would.
I don't know if they were the first.
Siemens was the most recent sponsor.
Ooh.
So only one of these wasn't
Bell Systems.
Yes, Bell Systems is correct. So the only one that wasn't a sponsor is obviously Kraft Foods. They were another pavilion in Future World. But AT&T, Bell Systems, and Siemens all sponsored Spaceship Earth at one point in time.
Did we determine that Kraft is the sponsor for the land?
They were at one point.
At one point, or
Yeah.
that Chiquita is only the sponsor of Living with the Land?
I think that's right.
You see those little stickers around like the banana plants and stuff. Why isn't Dole? You got Dole Whips and stuff, right?
Yeah, that feels like it would be an easy sponsor for.
Yeah, bananas.
Okay, so next question. We have concept for Enchanted Tiki Room began as a walkthrough attraction, a restaurant, a dark ride, or a theatrical experience.
Now this one I do know.
Yes, because you did the research on this one. So, do you want to give us the answer for this one, Brian, since I stole this from your show notes?
It began as a restaurant.
It did indeed, and we got 7 people that got that one right. So 70% of our votes guessed that it began as a restaurant. Okay. Number 5. What was the original concept that Imagineers worked on for the Tower of Terror before theming it on the Twilight Zone? That's a very long question, and I will be surprised if anybody gets this one right, because this was another one that you did research on, Brian. Do you know the answer for this one?
Oh man, this one was a while back. I
I will tell you, this was on our second episode.
second episode.
It was on our Hollywood Studios episode. I think we also did a history of Tower of Terror too.
I don't remember the name of the area, but it was the Frontierland expansion that they were doing, correct?
Kind of. So the original concept that they were working on was called the Hotel Mel, and it was based on Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein, which 30% of the people in our vote got this right. I will say this was very hard because the concept of it being based on Stephen King and a murder mystery were also thrown around, but were never actually like developed. So
It was a trick.
It was very much a trick. Okay, let's go to number 6. This show is designed as a cheap temporary show to fill the void until planning a more permanent show was completed. I butchered that one. Do you know the answer for this one, Brian?
I do, because in doing the research, I was very, very surprised that it was intended to be a temporary show. Is you ready for me to answer?
Go right ahead.
That is Hoop-Dee-Doo Review.
It is Hoop-Dee-Doo Review. I think that was one of my favorite trivia things that we've had. I will also feel very bad for anybody that got this wrong, based on the fact that I totally screwed up the wording of this question. I put a more permanent completed was completed, so
Oh no.
I think they knew what you meant.
20% of the people that voted on it got it right. So I think that's fair. Although 60% of our audience voted on Country Bear Jamboree.
Wishful thinking.
Oh. So number 7, we have, how many days does it take to fill the waterways on Pirates of the Caribbean during refurbishment? We have 2, 1, 3, and 5. This one's a tough one. This was, oh, wow. Apparently it's not that tough because a lot of people are getting it right. Do you remember this one, Brian? This is another history one I stole from you.
I don't remember the exact number, but I remember putting it in the episode because I was very surprised at how long it took. I think any one of those answers is pretty crazy for you to think that it takes that long to fill.
Anyone have any guesses on how long it takes to fill?
5?
Nope.
Dang. 3?
It is 3. We got 90% of the people in our thing guessed that right. So I think that was probably the most that anybody's gotten correct on these. I think
I feel like it would take a long time because think about like the room where the big ship is and the cannons. Like that's a lot of water.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, next question. We have, what was the name of the first nighttime show in the Magic Kingdom? We have Fantasy in the Sky, Wishes, The Magic, The Memories in You, and Celebrate the Magic.
Excuse me, I'm going to go cry.
Ooh. We got 60% right on this one. Anyone want to name the correct answer?
60% only?
60% got this one right.
Wow, I'm surprised. This should be higher, I feel like.
Maybe. I mean, a lot of people thought that Wishes was the first show, which...
Well, it should be the last.
So the correct answer is Fantasy in the Sky. Okay. Number 9. Which World Showcase pavilion was the only pavilion to be funded by its country? We have Italy, Morocco, France, and Canada.
Was this mine that I...
This was not it. The next one is yours.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not even going to attempt to really read the answers on that one because I will not get that right. Ooh, out of 11 votes, we have 10 correct. With anybody want to answer this one? I'm sure you guys know.
Correct.
It is Morocco,
right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's like the best pavilion, in my personal opinion.
Oh, it's definitely the best.
Detailed and intricate.
All right, last question. This is the one that I
Sounds like Laz agrees with you about Country Bears, Kirsten.
What?
He said the Bears were Sounds like Laz agrees with you. He said the bears were never meant to exist beyond the temporary space. That's one thing that we disagree on in our relationship.
Okay. Last question. This is the one I stole from Kirsten, and I think is probably going to be the harder of all of them. So it is, what was the name of the artist that designed the murals inside of Cinderella Castle?
The choices, I feel like I would know it if I heard it.
I'm not going to attempt to read these because they are some interesting names. However, the answer
okay.
the answer is A. If you want to jump in to see them, 54% got that correct. Nice. That was from our tour of the hub. Let's see what our rankings were. Oh, this was very close. So we have highest points out of everyone, or highest amount correct out of all of them was 7 out of 10. And we have John got 430 points. Hockety Pockety got 487 points. We have David got 505. And Naomi came in first with 570 points. So Naomi was the fastest and got the most correct.
Awesome.
And I will throw this one out here just because friends of the podcast. The person with the lowest score was Caleb with 1 correct out of 10 and 53 points.
Oh, ouch.
So
He also said he was offended by the Duffy episode.
I was offended by the Duffy episode.
Yeah, we all were.
I think he was offended at how we treated it.
Is Caleb a fan of Duffy Bear?
It sounds like no.
So that's the second round of trivia we've got. We've got one more for anybody that may have missed out on trivia. But we'll save that one towards the end.
2 winners from that round and 3 from the next?
If that's how you want to split it, we can definitely do that.
Okay, so Naomi was first and who was second?
David, which I think is DMG, and Hockety Pockety and John came in after that, in that order.
Oh, you can't win more than one prize, right?
I will say that's up to you guys.
Correct.
I think it's more fun if we split them around.
Okay, that's fair.
So, who was third?
Hockety Pockety.
Yeah, so it was John and Hockety Pockety. So you have Naomi, John, and Hockety Pockety. So let them decide on what they are. I'm going to double check my next trivia and make sure that that's okay. So let's talk about moving forward. Anything that you guys want to are looking forward to that we might do, or anything that you guys want to do? I know we talked a little bit about interviews. It kind of ties in with this, but
I love the creative episodes where we're designing something or choosing or imagineering something. Those are my favorite. I wish that I could come up with more ideas for those because that's what is fun for me. Yeah. Well, they're all fun, but I particularly like those.
Yeah. That would be fun. I want to do another draft episode or something similar to that where we kind of do the creative but also build off of what we have because I'm never that creative.
Yeah.
All right, so Naomi says that she lives on the other side of the world and will probably not be going to America anytime soon and will forfeit her prize.
Okay, so Hockety Pockety gets it for that. It would be Naomi, Hockety Pockety, John, and then Caro.
So Hockety Pockety and John are 2 and 3, and then we'll do 2 for the next round as well.
Yep. Caleb says that he needs to clarify that he joined at the last minute, so he only got to answer one question, which sounds kind of like an excuse, but okay. So, any other looking forwards or anything that you guys want to do? Brian, anything specific that you can think of, or Beth? I know you're busy trying to handle the delegation of the prizes.
I definitely want to get some more history episodes knocked out. I mean, there's definitely still a lot that we could do, but I also feel like we've hit a lot of the big attractions. But I kind of want to do some more off the wall, kind of not necessarily attraction history, but maybe something else around Disney. So if you guys have any ideas, or listeners have any ideas, I would feel free to shout them out, because definitely want to pick up some more history, but do something kind of off the wall.
Yeah, I wish that I had time in my life right now to reread Disney War and do some episodes on that, because it was one of the most fascinating books I've ever read. I feel like we should have like a book club.
That would be fun.
I mean,
That would be.
but yeah, that's a history thing that I would like to have time for, because I love the history stuff. I just don't have time to do anything.
I have my copy of Disney
My
World
life.
right here. I'm still haven't finished it, but it's right there. It looks like, kind of to derail that again. So I got that wrong. David was Disney Dave, so it was him, Hockety Pockety, and then John.
Oh,
So.
okay, my bad. So then Disney Dave.
I would really like to do more history episodes too. I think those are fun. I always feel guilty that like Brian ends up doing a lot of them, so I'm like, I feel like I want to help you out, but I don't think I can commit to that. I also like the game nights coming up. I'm excited about that, which we got to figure out when we're gonna do that and how that's gonna work. But we did that last year. That was a success, and I think that'll be fun this year, because I have a couple ideas to make that interesting. And then like the little fun things that we do here and there, where we do, like we were talking about, the draft or the Blue Sky Imagineering. Those are always fun. Yeah, I feel like we haven't done a good superlatives episode in a while either.
Ooh, you're right.
We ran out of superlatives.
That's true.
Right.
We kind of did them.
I did. I think it was Will that suggested, because he was like, y'all have such a good rapport now, and like y'all just not get along. We've always gotten along, but like we just can kind of bounce off each other. He's like, y'all should go back and redo some like of your first episodes.
Ooh,
or like revisit them.
That would be fun.
So
The funny thing about listening to our old episodes is like I just can't. So
Yeah.
yeah.
the quality on some of those is not great. But I will definitely look into some of the topics we did, just to redo them and see how different I feel about that stuff. That would be pretty cool.
So Disney Dave wants me to show the prizes again, because it was frozen earlier for him when I did. So I'm not going to show the prize that's already spoken for, because I bother. But we have a set of Moana pin and lithograph. This is one prize. Then we have a Stitch water bottle. Very cute, with little time marks on the back to remind you to drink throughout the day. We have Lilo and Stitch hat with cute little icons on it. I guess I could take it out of the plastic, but
then you'll just keep it.
Yeah, then I might keep it. And then the Lion King Hakuna Matata photo frame.
I love that Stitch hat.
So,
I think that I'm surprised that wasn't the first one to go.
no, would have been my pick. I have so many hats already, though, so I really don't need it. But if someone wins it and wants to give it to me as a gift, I also wouldn't say no.
Laz said we should do a 3-episode dive into the history of Frozen Ever After. I will say no.
Oh.
I could probably do maybe. Wow, that was a bad pun, Beth.
I didn't even mean to. I'm just so good at puns; they come out without me even realizing.
We could maybe do one. I feel like there's not much history there. First, it was Maelstrom, and it was great, and now it's Frozen Ever After, and it's just okay.
All right, I came prepared for this live stream.
Uh-oh.
I just finished my drink. So, you guys get to see behind the scenes of me
Your
making a
video
drink.
is lagging a little bit, so I'm curious as to what's happening here.
Okay, well, I have a cooler that I brought upstairs with me.
Oh my
There's a
god.
mini bottle of Smirnoff. It was one of 30 mini bottles that my mom gave me for my 30th birthday. So I'm working through those.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I saw the mini bottle of Smirnoff, and then I heard it go in whatever you're making.
2 shots of vodka.
That's exactly what it sounded like. Oh.
What is your drink recipe, Beth?
Oh, what's that?
What's your recipe?
As is taken one too. It's very simple. It's you put a mini bottle of Smirnoff, and then you take a lime flavored soda water, and you pour it in, and that's what you do when you
Nice.
when
I
you're
have to
Beth.
get you to send that one to me.
It's pretty complicated, so if you don't get it right the first try, I understand.
Oh, while we're lagging, and are we waiting on something right now?
We were just kind of chit-chatting.
Back to Kirsten's small shop escapades.
Oh, no.
No, this is a good one. So I found, or rather, Allie showed me this small shop because they had a lot of cute, or this girl had some really cute Small World stuff, and Eli's room has been Small World themed since he was a baby. And I ordered a bunch of stuff from her, and it was all on time, and it was amazing, and it shipped perfectly, and she was super nice. And she makes really cute, just like little prints and stuff, customized by Christina. I follow her on Instagram if y'all want to find her via me. But yeah, so I kind of want to buy like more stuff from her, but I don't have anywhere in my house to put it, so I have not.
Well, it's good to hear that you had some good luck with a small shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one
All
thing
right,
that
so-
we... Go ahead, Beth.
Disney Dave picked a hat.
Oh,
Darn.
There it goes.
I'll allow it.
Only because he came in first place. Everybody in the hat wants to know where you got the hat.
I mean, everybody in the chat wants to
Yes.
know.
Everybody in the chat wants to
Mine
know where
at
you got the
Hot
hat.
Topic.com. I'm sure it's probably in stores too, but I am still not venturing out a whole lot amidst this pandemic. I ordered it online for this. Hot Topic again. We talked in detail about that on one of our pre or post shows.
Yeah. That was a extensive one where we discussed how Brian and I did not have a Hot Topic experience.
You guys weren't in the scene.
Yeah. So I'm almost done working through the kinks with this last trivia one. What other questions do we have, Beth?
Let's see. Have what's one thing Disney has changed since starting the podcast that you wish didn't change?
Hollywood Studios.
That came from Caroline on Instagram.
Hollywood Studios,
Wishes.
period.
Wait, Wishes closed before we started. God.
Did it? I thought that was
Yeah,
after.
it closed in May. No, it closed in May of 2017 because Eli had just been born, and I had a breakdown, and we ended up going 2 weeks before it closed for the weekend, and left Eli at home. He was 8 weeks old or something,
Oh, wow.
so that I could see it one more time.
I'll say my answer to this question is parking at the resorts.
Oh, gosh. I remember we were so upset
Yeah.
about that one.
I mean, obviously, I've talked on the episodes before how much I love resort hopping, and I think it's a really cool way to see a lot of the theming that a lot of people don't always get to see at Disney. And obviously, there's great restaurants there too. And having to pay for parking or just having not having the ability to park at some of them really kills that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all the upcharges, like the adding on fast passes if you pay money. I mean, that's not a good show. Whatever. I don't like it.
Yeah. That's also what I was going to say is just how Disney has started catering more to the upper class than the everyday American, and just making it more and more expensive until it's priced out.
The ticket situation, I like how it used to be when that was changed after we started, right? The whole pick exactly what days you're going and gold, silver, bronze, whatever.
Yeah, that was after.
Yeah,
too.
I hate that. God, you go all day.
Okay, so Hockety picked the Moana pen and lithograph, just for the record.
I don't know who this Albert the Gator is, but he is a next level troll, and I love it.
He's in our
He
Discord.
gives
about to say, you
Mario
really need to
so
get
much
on the
crap.
Discord.
He really does.
I should get on Discord more. That's another thing I don't have time for in my life.
I mean, you also have a child, so out of all of us, you definitely have the biggest excuse for not having time.
I do love his comment that that Hockety should have chosen the prize that I sing a bunch of Hamilton.
Yeah, that's what makes me.
Because I did say, we need to do a crowdfunding expedition where I get all the costumes and I play all the parts and do a big super cut of me.
Cher did that
the
with
whole
West
show.
Side Story.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, you can watch it. I'm sure it's on YouTube of Cher doing the entire West Side Story by herself.
Oh my gosh.
Wild.
For anyone playing episode bingo, just keep stacking the chips.
The
on
Cher.
The Cher
Right.
square.
What can I say?
I'm trying to think of other things that Disney has changed since we started the show, and I feel like a lot's
It all runs
changed.
together.
Yeah, it really does. I'm thinking well, Frozen Ever After was after, right? Because I remember being upset about that.
Yeah, that was after. I still haven't ridden that.
It's fine. I mean,
Wow.
it's whatever.
What was the last thing to open in New Fantasyland? Has that all been open? It has for a long time.
Yeah,
right?
it has
I'm
been for a
super-
very long time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 24.
Wait, what about Avatar? That's new.
Oh
huh?
yeah, Pandora that was
Yeah, that was May of 2017, wasn't it?
yeah, because you guys did the previews for Pandora, and I remember we talked about
Oh,
that.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun though, and
That's a good thing. That's not something that I wish hadn't changed. That was a good change.
yeah, that's something I'm happy about. I mean, we got Toy Story Land, which I don't have an opinion on really. Galaxy's Edge, I still haven't been. Those.
I love Galaxy's Edge, but I miss old Hollywood studios at the same time.
That's kind of my opinion like on it. I feel like I wish that it would have stuck around. I wish that Hollywood studios would have a cohesive theme. I've said that so much, and I miss that Hollywood studios like felt like a solid park. But like you said, the one episode, Brian, it feels like a very specific park. You go there for specific things, and that's it.
Yeah, and I definitely.
Hey, y'all keep chatting. I'll be right back. We have to go give Eli his nightly shot.
Okay.
But yeah, I think as good as Galaxy's Edge is, it was kind of the final nail in the coffin that, yeah, Hollywood studios will never go back to being cohesively themed.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if you can't beat them, you got to join them, right?
Yep. So, I mean, I guess, I'm curious to see how it evolves because I think it will work having just kind of separately themed lands that don't necessarily mesh, but
I don't know. I wish that it was.
I got the theme, you guys. I got it. I finally figured out what Hollywood Studios theme is.
What's that?
You know when you would ride the Great Movie Ride and you would roll in at the end and it had that montage of a bunch of different random movies?
That's the theme.
That's it.
That's
the theme of the park.
Here's the thing. I would love if Hollywood Studios was at like they were trying to pitch the tagline for a while, step into the movies. I would love that being the theme of the park. I would love if everything turned out to be a like immersive land type thing. Like if instead of, and I hate that I'm gonna say this, get rid of like Sunset Boulevard and the sections of the park where there's still like chunks of.
Ooh, yeah, I don't like that.
Well, I don't really either, but I would rather have it be one whole theme versus like this is old Hollywood Studios and this is new Hollywood Studios. So get rid of those and then like maybe build like a Pixar land over on Sunset Boulevard and retheme Rock and Roller Coaster to a Monsters Inc. door coaster or like something like that where it makes sense together and all flows. That would be great. I would love that. I just don't like that I can see the like shell of Hollywood Studios past dying in front of me every time I go into Hollywood Studios.
Okay, that's
yeah.
Fair. Yeah. What other ones do we got, Beth? While we wait for Kirsten to come back.
We have from Caleb on Instagram, no question, just love you guys.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
thanks. Love you too.
Thanks for helping us beat the Hyperion review in Family Feud.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
That episode was a lot of fun to record, and then going back and listening to it again this week was... I had completely forgotten about so much of it, and reliving it again was really great.
Yeah.
We also have a question in the chat. What's the most skippable attraction and restaurant in y'all's opinion? Example, we have not ridden Splash Mountain in years.
Oh, this is easy. It's
I just want to say that's a mistake.
That's what?
Have ridden Splash Mountain.
That's what?
a mistake.
Mistake.
Oh, I haven't ridden Splash Mountain in years either because I don't like getting
Oh
wet.
my god.
I get that.
Either, but it's worth it.
No, I'm not I don't like discomfort.
I don't ride Cali River Rapids.
Oh, hi.
That doesn't have the thematic like attraction that Splash does.
You know, the one thing
Come
though
here.
is that
We have a special guest.
if I go on a, oh, is he coming on?
Yeah.
Oh,
You want to say goodnight to everybody?
Hi.
Hi. He's
You
hiding.
can't hear us.
Oh.
he's always so
You hear?
talkative when he comes on.
He's not going to tell us about the country bears and how much he loves them?
Hang on. Let me see. Stop it. I'm trying to move y'all to my computer. Oh, yeah. I can hear y'all now.
Hello.
Can you say hi? Or are you shy? I'm going to be shy. Okay. Well, anyway. Good night, baby.
Oh,
I love
Night.
good night.
He's covering his face.
He's like, no pictures, please.
Thank you.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember.
And that's so
What attraction or restaurant is skippable?
Oh, restaurant's easy, super easy. Tony's.
Oh yeah.
I've never been, but I would probably agree with that.
You are
as well.
honestly not missing a single thing.
what restaurant?
Tony's.
Tony's.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Attraction though, that's a little bit harder, I think. I know Kirsten's gonna disagree with me on that because I'm sure there's one that you can think of. I don't know. I can't really think of an attraction that like I would be fine just completely getting rid of.
I'm like a bad Disney fan because I skip like so much classic stuff, like Carousel of Progress, pass. Enchanted Tiki Room, pass.
I would skip Small World before either of those, to be honest.
Yeah.
We can't. That was Will's mom. Like we always, our first day Magic Kingdom, we always did Dumbo, Teacup, Small World. So we always do that because of her.
Yeah.
I would also say that I don't need to ride everything every time or like specific things every single time either. So I don't know. I would also probably skip Peter Pan 90% of the time just because I'm not waiting in that line.
That's the thing.
I'm also not using a fast pass on it.
Oh yeah, completely agree with that.
My other one that I can think of is like Astro Orbiters because I like the view that you get from that, but the vehicles are so uncomfortable and there's already so many spinners. Like
Yeah.
I like it so much more than any other spinning ride because I feel like it's faster. And maybe that's just because it's higher, but I feel like it's so much faster and more fun. But we don't do it because the line's always long. So
it's also like, I know that this has kind of become my thing that it's awkward to get somewhere, but like riding that elevator up is so annoying.
I was about to say, if you've been climbing the side, you're doing it wrong.
No, that I've done right.
Oh.
So, do we have any other questions?
Caleb in the chat also,
Go ahead.
one of the things that Disney's changed since we started the podcast is demolishing Club Cool, which I 100% agree
gosh,
is
yeah.
a very sad thing.
And all of the center of Epcot.
Yeah, Fountain of Nations, I'm sad about that.
I think that one's the one that hit me the worst out of all of like the Epcot spine was Fountain of Nations. Like take or leave Club Cool, I liked it, but those sticky floors will not be missed. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The Fountain of Nations was just so nice. We also
I feel
had,
like they made a huge mistake because then coronavirus happened and now all of those projects are getting delayed.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point they're just gonna shut down Epcot one day and be like, "Sorry, construction too much." We also had someone in the chat ask if we're excited about or what we're excited about the 50th, and are we bummed about the Spaceship Earth Mary Poppins plans getting cut?
I think that's a big question of
Are
what
we?
are we gonna see at the 50th? Is there gonna be a 50th?
Ugh.
I am curious to see if the 50th happens. That's what I'm excited for with the 50th. Like, not because I want it to, but I want to know, like, even before coronavirus, I was saying, like, oh, there's so much that's going to take the back seat, and, like, we're expecting a lot of big things for the 50th, but they haven't said anything. I feel like now they really kind of have an out for that. Like, they don't have to announce anything or do anything, and it's, like, at this point, you know, they can get away with it, as awful as that sounds. I really don't think Disney had too many big plans for the 50th. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it. And again, I don't know if they were just like playing their cards close to the vest to kind of come out and surprise everybody, or if they really didn't have anything.
Yeah. I'm also a little sad about the Spaceship Earth Mary Poppins thing. More so Mary Poppins than I am Spaceship Earth. Like, Spaceship Earth is fine. They didn't need to do anything to it. The fact that it was getting an update was nice, but I don't know.
Hmm.
What about you
I
guys?
got a question from Disney. Oh, sorry.
No, go
Somebody
ahead.
else wants to go. Disney Dave asked a very important question, which is, what is my favorite song from Country Bear Jamboree? Which is, without a doubt, "Blood on the Saddle."
How can it be anything else?
I know.
Right.
But also a close second, I think, would be "Mama Don't Whoop Little Buford." So either one of those two. But yeah, I think Big Al always takes the cake for me.
Better question is, what's Kirsten's favorite Country Bear song?
Don't even. I do like the only part that I like is they said all the guys who turn me on turn me down. That's fine.
Yes.
For me, the 50th. I'm going back to this because I was
That's fine.
typing response. I really hope that they do interviews and like meet and greets, like they did for the 60th at Disneyland. That is what that's like why I want to go more than anything, is to like see if there are going to be people there and like take pictures and meet Joe Rohde, and he realizes that I'm like a brilliant prodigy and he hires me.
Oh boy. I want them as, I don't know. I want things to go back to normal before then. Not to get like too down on this podcast. I want it to be enough that like the 50th can happen.
I think it will. We'll have a vaccine by then.
Hopefully. And if not, I mean,
Yeah, I hope so.
like Laz said, just delay the 50th until next year and pretend that this didn't happen.
I'd be completely okay with that.
I mean, Disney was closed for half the year, so just you weren't open for 50 years.
If the world collectively decided that at New Year's we would start 2020 over, I would be fine with that.
2020.2.
Yeah.
Then I could have my 30th birthday again. Yeah. Not in quarantine.
Oh. All right. Do we want to do the last round of trivia? It is now pushing almost 9 o'clock. All right. Let me swap us over. This next round is not related to the podcast at all. Well, I shouldn't say at all, because some of the questions I had people sourced for me. But this one is less related to the podcast and more about Disney movies. So if you want a shot without having to dive deep into some of our trivia that we've put out there, this may be a better one for you. The code for this one is YGFEL. Same way that you got onto the last one. So crowd.live. Here I can copy. Apparently there is a link that I can share that would make this 1,000 times easier.
And we'll also have 2 winners from this category as well.
So what's left over before we
The last
dive
2
into this?
prizes. We have Stitch water bottle and Lion King photo frame.
Cool. I like that water bottle. Both of those were good prizes. You picked some good ones, Beth.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. I tried. I thought about things that were like gender neutral and things that I would be excited about winning. So I have good taste. What can I say?
So we got 10 people in on this round of trivia, so I'm going to start the countdown timer. So we got 7 seconds to jump in. Pull it up.
Is it a 10-person maximum?
It's 20.
Okay, I was interested in why there are 22 people watching, but only 10 of them have been playing trivia. I guess they just don't want to play trivia.
Maybe.
Just want to look at all our pretty faces.
Well, some of them are probably us, right?
Some of them are probably us.
Because I've been wanting to join, but I was waiting till after the first question so I could see all the questions in real time.
Yes. That said, we missed the first question, which was, I mean,
well, it's lagging, so they saw it, I guess.
Yeah, 8 people got to vote on this one. The first question was, in Lilo and Stitch, Lilo tells Cobra Bubbles her dog found what?
I have no idea.
Anybody? The choices are toaster, oven, power drill, or chainsaw. The quote is, "Oh look, my dog found the blank."
I want to say Chainsaw.
You are correct. It is Chainsaw. And so are 50% of the
It's
people
been
that
a
voted on
really
that one.
long time since I've seen it.
Really? Love that movie.
Yeah, I do. I love it. It has been too long. I need to go back and watch it.
So next question we've got. This character appears briefly in Boo's bedroom at the end of Monsters, Inc. We have Woody, Luxo Jr., Nemo, and Lightning McQueen. So we got... Oh, this one went fast, and it got another 50% of the votes. Anybody want to take a guess on the answer on this one?
I'm going to assume it would be whatever next movie was coming out, because they like to do that. But I don't know what that is.
I honestly couldn't tell you the timeline of when these movies came out, so...
Wasn't it Nemo?
It is Nemo.
It's like a mobile,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So next question. We've got, in Peter Pan, which of the Darling children wears a top hat? We have Wendy, John, Michael, and George. I feel like this is probably on the easier side of the questions, but this has been a while since I've seen this movie too. Right.
Yeah, same.
The
I'm
time
not
is...
gonna lie, I forgot.
I'm gonna guess it's not Wendy.
Well, that would be right, and
Good
also
guess.
nobody voted for Wendy, so good there. We got 11 votes, won this one out. Anyone? Any guesses? I unfortunately...
George?
Nope. The answer is John.
Michael.
No.
John. See, that was my third choice.
So close.
I don't know them. I can't tell them apart.
Yeah. Number 4 is, what is the date of Topsy-Turvy Day from The Hunchback of Notre Dame? We have January 10th, January 6th, July 11th, or June 6th.
These are some tough questions, man.
I threw some hard ones at this one because I figured this would be the one that was like not episode specific, and I wanted to make it a little bit more challenging. Though our chat is doing very well, I must say. This one got 3 votes correct. Anybody want to take a guess on which one it is?
I'm guessing one of the summer ones because they weren't all wearing cold clothing.
I'm going to tell you that you are wrong.
Really?
Yes, because the line...
They were very scantily clad for being in January then.
The line in the song is, "Scurvy days are extra scurvy on the 6th of January," or January.
That's
Oh.
dumb.
Yeah. So, next question. Number 5. What was the name of the ship that the humans lived on in WALL-E? We have
I
the
do know this one.
Axiom, the Coaxis, Star Cruiser, and Eve.
I should watch Wally again.
It's been a while since I've seen WALL-E too.
Good one.
So, anyone want to answer that one? The time is up on that.
The Axiom, right?
It is indeed the
Axiom.
Axiom. Okay, number 6. We got, what was the name of Walt Disney's first cartoon character? That should be an easy one. I also clicked shuffle on these, so I'm pretty sure that this was like the first question. So, for the folks that are not viewing, the answers that you could possibly have picked from are Mickey Mouse, Snow White, Oswald, and Cinderella. Anyone want to... Whoop, apparently I accidentally just added an extra option. So let's remove that. Anyone want to answer the question that...
I'm going to go with answer option.
Yes. So the answer is Oswald, of course. Okay. So number 7, who is Mother Gothel based off of? Also, I see...
There's a big old hint in one of our screens.
I know that this is going to be very delayed by the time it actually comes around to meaning anything in the
Right.
chat. But the answer doesn't tell you it's correct on the screen. it'll just tell you how many points you get at the end. So if it comes up red and you clicked B, that doesn't mean you were wrong. That just means that that's the color that that block is. I'm not sure why it does that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a little confusing.
It is a little confusing, and I couldn't quite figure out... Oh, wait. Can I show the right answer? Oh, okay, I can show the right answer now that we're 3 questions from the end. Okay, number 8. In the Aristocats, what does Thomas O'Malley say Duchess's eyes are like? We have rubies, sapphires, emeralds, and diamonds.
I've never seen the Aristocats either.
Really? I like this movie. This is one that I hadn't actually like watched in a while, but I watched it pretty recently with Disney Plus coming out, and I was pleasantly surprised by this one. Does anyone know the answer to this one before I reveal it?
Nope.
Sapphires, isn't it?
It is indeed sapphires.
I mean, that would make sense.
I was obsessed
Not
with this
a cat
movie
with
because
red
I'm
eyes.
obsessed with cats.
And yes, a cat with red eyes would be very terrifying.
Or, like, clear.
Yeah, that would be scary.
So number 9, we've got, what is Mr. Toad's full name?
I cannot stop yelling.
I'm surprised I haven't been yawning. That's usually me. I like nonstop.
I'm sleepy. This is usually when I put Eli to bed, and I always yawn, and like when I'm laying down with him. It's like my body is trained.
So does anybody know Mr. Toad's first full name? Since
Is it Thaddeus J?
it is indeed Thaddeus Toad. All right, last question. What is the name of Cinderella's wicked stepmother? Man, Shuffle really did me a little bit dirty on this one. This was probably the easier of the ones that we had. All right, with no more seconds on the clock, anybody want to say the name of Cinderella's wicked stepmother?
Lady Tremaine.
It is indeed Lady Tremaine.
I like Eleanor.
All right, let's go to crowd rankings and see who won. Okay, so who are our winners so far?
DMG, Disney Dave, and Hockety Pockety.
Okay. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to score based off of who got the most questions right or who got the most like points? Because the way that this tracks points is based off of like who got it fastest. So some people that got less well, let me phrase it this way. We had a bunch of people that got 8 out of 10 questions correct, and then we got one person that had 9 out of 10 questions correct, but they answered slower, so they got less points.
I mean, I feel like points.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Probably.
like the time.
Yeah, I think it's only fair since that's what we've been doing.
Well, so funny enough, all the other ones got most questions and then points like ranked that way. The way that the game ranks it is by points, so I figured that was going to be the best way to do it. And I think this person still makes out ahead anyway, right? Because we're doing...
You're rewarded for your speed.
Yeah. So we had Disflix got 615 points, so they are the first place winner for that one.
Cool.
So then who else? We had David won 1, DMG won 1, right? And Hockey Pockety won 1, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay. So either way, this person still makes out, and I'm going to be... I'm angry that I have to say this, but John from the Hyperion review actually won something and got 555 points. Most right, too, so he got 9 out of 10 correct. But either way, first place was Disflix and Tidbits in our chat, so that's Cassie, and then John got second place. So John gets whatever was left over, it's fine.
Yeah, he gets the last pick.
This was fun. I liked doing the trivia this way, and I'm happy that we finally figured out our lag issues. So that's the end of trivia after we figure out these prizes and whatnot. So what else? What do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Any other fun things we want to discuss? Kirsten, I just realized your shirt and I love it.
Oh. Yes,
Oh, nice.
Allie bought this for me because it was closed by the time I went back when we were there in January. I'm pretty sure I paid her for it. I meant to text you about that, Allie.
I just looked over while you were stretching. I was like, oh, that's the Epcot logo. I love that shirt.
Retro Epcot is my jam.
Yes.
The jam.
I was muted when I started talking, but I was saying I feel like everybody in the chat should tell us like what they want from us in the next year.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Good idea.
What do you want from us?
Or
What do you want from us? It's a good way to round this out. I think anything that you guys want to hear and any suggestions you might have about how we can do some more stuff, I guess. We try to do things that we know people want to hear, and unfortunately, like, it's hard because I feel like we've got a lot of things we want to talk about, but we never know if, like, that's going to be the thing that you guys want to hear.
While we're waiting on that, we had a couple more questions/comments
Sure.
submitted to us. Naomi asked us on Instagram, what do you miss most about Disney during its shutdown?
I
mean, aside from the obvious, getting to go to the parks, like getting to have a free attitude and pretending the outside world doesn't exist for a little bit. As somebody who I say I only get to go to the parks a few times a year. I know that's a blessing, but I've missed just like having news to talk about.
Yeah.
That's because I feel really lucky that we went in January before this all started. But yeah, just having something to talk about because I don't act like the fact that it's shut down doesn't actively affect me. So yeah.
It's weird things that I've started to realize I'm missing about the parks. Like, I was throwing a playlist of songs together for like before the live stream, and the Star Tunnel came on from Space Mountain, and I was like, oh, I'm getting weirdly sad about this.
Yeah.
It's just like stupid little things that like you don't realize are things that you really like, and then you don't have the option to be anywhere near them. Or like the candle that I have that smells like Flight of Passage. I was like, I had that burning yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to ride Flight of Passage.
Caleb got me that candle. It's the one from Target, Coastal Linen.
Coastal Linen.
Right? Yes, Caleb got me that candle and gave it to me on our trip in February, and I don't have the heart to burn it because I don't want it to go away. So it's just sitting completely unburned. So I just, every once in a while, I'll just pick it up and give it a good whiff.
I'm telling you, I have like 3 of them just in case like Target stops selling them. And I've been burning
That's a good idea. I should get one to burn.
Well, I've been burning one of them, and then I'll have the other 2 just in case like they stop, so they're still here. And then like when that one goes, my plan is to just replace that one. So I have 2 on standby all the time.
The lag is so bad, y'all.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's
apparently
it's okay.
Nights.
Yes, I see a lot of that. More game nights. John said an opportunity to show
YouTube
Mario.
Live. Make this more than a once a year thing.
I feel like
we're gonna have to figure out a better internet situation.
The technical side of this is a little too much for it to be more than a once a year thing. I will say that.
I like this. Go off topic and talk about stuff we're passionate about, like barbecue.
Oh gosh.
Hey, sign up for our Patreon. You will hear a lot of that.
we talk about barbecue a surprisingly large amount.
Yeah. Considering like 2 of us don't even eat it.
Yeah.
Well, make that 3 because I do not like barbecue at all. So I don't know how we're the barbecue.
Well, that's because you haven't had real barbecue because you live in New Jersey.
Nope. I refuse.
Speaking of which, Brian also asked us on Instagram, what are some of y'all's favorite moments so far, not including the obvious guest interviews? And my answer is going to be just a lot of the pre-show and post-show. I feel like we have had a lot of really funny conversations that are fun to listen back on.
I'm really glad we started recording those.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because at first, like, we really didn't. When we decided we were going to do that, it was a little bit weird because I didn't know what we should be, like, talking about. Like, it felt weird that we weren't recording conversations about Disney, and I think we've kind of spawned into, like, just having casual conversation now, and it's great because, 1, it's fun to talk to you guys, but 2, like, sometimes we sit here and BS for like a solid hour before the show's supposed to start. And
then afterwards too.
Yeah, and then it feels like it makes it feel more like just conversation instead of like us talking about Disney every week.
Yeah. Has to go off script sometimes.
We have like, I feel like we should crowdsource here. Can we have like our pre and post show where we don't have to bleep ourselves? Because I edit myself so much on this podcast, you have no idea. Like,
I'm the one that edits the pre and post show, and I do not bleep out anything other than like sensitive information that decided we're not going to share.
It's like an active challenge for me to like not say a whole lot of bad words while we're recording.
Yeah, before that record button hits, I would not hold back, Kirsten.
Yeah, if you want to hear us use all sorts of language, that's where you go to the pre and post show for.
Yeah.
What else was I? Oh, I feel like our favorite. I don't know. I think we just have developed like a really good rapport. We have a lot of like jokes that we continue on that I don't feel like we beat to death, but they just like come up randomly, that I enjoy hearing about. But I think probably one of my favorite moments was like whenever Brian was like, "I'm a dumbass." I don't even remember.
I don't even remember the context of that. And then we started the show with you calling him a big old dumbass, and I had to bleep it.
That was good.
And whenever Mario was an actual dumbass and didn't know how to get him.
I like that we've spawned so many jokes about like stupid things like that too. That's what makes it fun because it feels like it's fun to sit down and talk every week about Disney and talk about like fun stuff and chat with you guys. But then it's fun because like everyone else is kind of in on the joke. So
right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you never get to forget about it in the Discord.
Yeah, I never get to hear the end of it. I will say, Laz said that you work very hard on that Patreon content. You definitely do, Beth. You taking all of that off of my shoulders was like the biggest blessing ever because I did not realize how much stuff we had going in there until I didn't have to do it.
I feel like it's the least I can do because you have to edit an hour plus episode every week, and I do is a lot less than that most of the time, except when we do Star Wars The Last Jedi and Hamilton, and then I have to edit like 3 hours of content.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
I was just want to, since Laz gave me a shout out and he's so sweet, I want to give him a shout out. He texted me during the episode just like a little while ago after Disney Dave had picked the hat as his prize, and he ordered me one.
Aww. So cute.
He's so nice.
Villainous game night. Who else has Villainous?
I do.
Okay. I have
What is it?
And 2 expansion packs. It's a game.
It's
like a board game.
It's like a strategy game. It's really
Yeah.
fun. I mean, it's all Disney based.
I don't have the newest expansion pack, but I have the other 2 expansion packs. I don't know how we could do that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. How do we play it?
The logistics of that are something we could probably figure out, but
yeah, that if y'all haven't played it, I've never been like a nerdy board game person. Like, I don't know, like Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know, whatever people play. So it took me a little while to get used to it, but it's actually really fun.
I will say, board games are my other hobby, and that is one that comes out a lot because it's so much fun, and it's got a lot of like stuff that you can do because it's all based on different Disney villains, and everyone plays differently. So you can play it like 7 times over, and it won't be the same game.
We have gotten very into board games. Like, I never really knew, I guess, that there was this whole world besides like Monopoly or whatever, but like we've been like Pandemic.
Pandemic is so much fun.
Get to Ride. I don't know, Splendor, which is a new one we just got. So now that's like our kind of like our new hobby when we have time to have people over.
Do you like, this is going to be so far off topic, do you like cooperative things like Pandemic?
I love, Pandemic is by far my very favorite. Yes, it's so fun.
There's this game that we just got. It's called Mountains of Madness. It's this big board, and it's got like these little tiny chips on it, and you have like a suit of or a hand of cards that has like tools. It's tools, weapons, crates, and then there's something else. And each chip has like a set of numbers that you have to get of that suit that you have to match up, and everybody has to collectively come up with the space in between there, and you have to collect so many, like, they're called relics. But what makes it fun is that everybody has these madness cards, so you can't actually communicate what you have. And it's things like, some of them are dumb where it's like I have to sing everything that I say, or I have to stand 10 feet away from the table. One of them is that you can't look at your cards, and you have to like memorize them before the timer starts. It's really, really hard and so much fun, and it's one of those things that like we'll play it and just it's fun because it turns into everybody shouting at each other.
Nice. I'll have to get that one. I just got Will one for his birthday, but I'm not going to say what it is in case
back to Disney. Everybody's talking about the Hamilton performance that you owe us, Beth. What did I miss on that watch club?
I mistakenly offered to sing the entire musical.
Mistakenly.
I might do it for you guys. I might do it for you guys one day, but I'm not doing it in a situation of where it's being recorded right now. I'll tell you that. Someone who is literally the only stage performances I've ever done were like when I was a little kid in church and we would do those little religious plays. Like, that's it. So I'll need a lot more drinks and a little more preparation. Maybe one day.
I can do all of Angelica's parts. That'll be my contribution.
All right, do it.
I think you're in on your own on this one, Beth. You and Kirsten, I'm out.
Yeah, it could not be recorded though, and yeah, I'd probably have to have some drinks.
Caleb also said
we'll have a Station 71 karaoke night.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And that's gonna have to coincide with like a happy hour that turns into a happy 5 hours. Because
our last happy hour turned into like 2 hours.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
It was fun.
True.
And then
we need to do another one of those.
Club right after that. I feel like we did because I remember showing up to Watch Club. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this. Yeah.
So we have a couple more questions to round out the evening. I wasn't going to dignify this with the response, but since he's been so nice, as submitted on Instagram, this is a joke that he constantly brings up. Is Anastasia a Disney princess yet? And when can I expect her to walk around the parks?
Knowing how much that hurts you.
That's why it's a joke. It's because I'm just like, she's not. She will never be. Because she's owned by Disney. Doesn't make her a Disney princess. As far as her walking around in the parks, well, I guess they're doing those little character cavalcades, but I think if Anastasia ever appeared in the parks, it would be a long, long time from now, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good movie though.
Yes.
Yes. I love Anastasia.
So you would probably like this other podcast. They just did an episode on Anastasia. I love Anastasia. They have several books about her, but it's called You're Wrong About. It's
Oh, I just started listening to that. Oh, we lost.
yeah, we've been listening to it for I don't know, since they first started, and it's so good. It's well like interesting history stories, whatever, and it's pretty liberal. So I'll warn you. But you should listen to the Anastasia episode for sure.
So I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at
Nice.
you, Brian.
I know you're laughing at what did I miss? Yeah.
No, not at that. I'm laughing at the fact that Brian joined another voice channel. And in doing that, it shuffled all of us around. And for a minute,
Sorry, guys.
for a minute, Kirsten was me, I was Brian, and Beth was Kirsten.
I had a Discord
That's funny.
notification and I clicked on it.
Oh,
And I clicked on
there
it.
goes
Oh boy,
Beth.
now Beth. Who am I now?
So you're Beth, I'm you, and Kirsten split between me and herself.
Oh no. Now everybody's gonna be worried about Beth not moving.
And now that she's logged in but she's not in video, she's Kirsten. Kirsten's me. I'm you and you're Beth.
Brian cursed us. Mine just randomly disconnected.
Wouldn't be a live show without technical difficulties.
Are we back normal?
We are. Naomi says
Okay,
that Brian
good.
can sing Part of Your World. Oh.
No, Brian, if Beth has to do Hamilton, then Brian has to act out the entire Country Bears show.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, that wouldn't be too hard. I don't think.
There we go.
Allie says she volunteers to be Peggy in the show. Oh boy. Well,
Peggy.
any other questions that we got, Beth, to round this out?
We had Matt on Instagram ask, who are some of your favorite Disney YouTubers? Well, right now, us.
I feel like that's it. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna say definitely Defunct Land, which I don't think is technically
Yeah.
a Disney YouTuber because he does a lot of other stuff too, but he has a lot of Disney content.
Yeah. I think he's one. And Disney Dan does a lot of really good videos. I always group them together. What's Rob Play's new channel name? Isn't it like Midway to Main Street or something?
I didn't realize he had a new channel.
Well, it's the same channel. He just changed the name of it.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like those three are like the big ones that I tend to watch. Anybody else have any favorite YouTube channels?
I don't watch YouTube.
I was about to say, I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube. I do like Defunctland when I do watch YouTube. Laz has a Disney Mandela Effects video. Does that count?
Sure.
Everybody go to All Time in the chat, his channel. He's got a Disney related video. So there, that's my answer.
It is
My favorite YouTuber.
for sure.
I do have to say,
Aw,
the other one that
so
I
nice.
like too is DSNY Newscast. He kind of gets lumped in with those three too for me, but he's like one of the few actual like news source things that doesn't try to be super clickbaity, because obviously he's on YouTube, but that's a good one.
Unscrupulous.
Yeah. What other questions we got?
So this is our last question, also from Brian on Instagram, who I think submitted another of the questions earlier, was, Beth, what song from Hamilton are you going to sing for us tonight? I hate to end it on that, but it's
You
not
did this to
tonight, you guys.
yourself.
That's got to be special. I did do it to myself. Like Laz said in the chat, I have a song in my heart, you guys. I can't help it. Like, I love to talk about music, but we're going to have to make that a separate thing. We're already going on 2.5 hours here.
Yeah. We're pushing to
We'll just cast everybody and do it all together. Yeah.
There we go. Well, I think that's, I mean, not the best place to end it, but if we don't have anything else, there's not too much else going on. So, what about you guys? Anything you want to talk about before we wrap this show up?
No. Send us episode ideas.
Yeah.
Keep sending them.
Yes, tell us what you want to hear.
We're not creative enough. It's been 3 years, man. Our idea well is dry.
The worst part of this is like our idea well started to dry up right before quarantine, and now we really have nothing to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the chat just hit the point.
We do
where
need to
Art
plan
can resist
our-
the musical chairs.
Oh no.
Anyway, do we have to plan our
We do
what?
need to plan a date for our next movie club.
Yes. What is our next movie club? Did we decide on what that was?
We didn't decide when, but we decided it was something about the computer wearing tennis shoes.
Right, because someone in our Discord suggested that, which, side note, now is probably a good time to share that for anybody that's not in there. Because that's where we do a lot of our movie clubs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All of them, in fact.
Yes. I'll grab that. Oh wait, I can do the bit.ly link. So when should we do that one?
I mean, I'm pretty free, y'all. It's up to the people who have actual schedules to decide. Not people that stay up till 4 a.m.
I don't know how you do that, but
I don't know either,
I
but
want to do 2 weeks from now.
it takes a toll.
Do we want to do 2 weeks from now? I think that's probably a fair amount of time.
So August 14th ish,
Hang on 1 second.
since we usually do it on a Friday. Bye. It was good to see you.
Sorry, dog opened the door. Anyway, what was the date that we decided for that one?
August 14th.
Sure, that works for me. That's far enough out.
Cool. So, just for the rundown, I guess, everybody join our Discord. You can go to bit.ly/S71chat, and it'll give you a little invite link there so you can sign up. Every 2 weeks or once a month, depending on how busy we are, we all pick a movie and watch it, and then we get together and discuss the plot and what it did well and what it did not well. Some movies are better than others, as you very well may know if you have been a member of the chats in the past.
Yeah.
Also, our Discord is super active and a fun thing to be a part of. So even if you don't want to join Movie Club, you should check it out.
Yeah.
Everybody
I'll
likes to
say
make
I
fun of
am-
me for the season there.
Yeah, it's the Roast Mario Discord, really.
Pretty much.
I never use Discord at all. I'm always like the last person to adopt social media sites, so I had no idea why everyone was so excited about starting this. And now I realize like, it really is cool to hop on there, and it's easy to talk with everyone. So it's fun. You should come check it out.
An old school chat room, kind of.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of what it
But
is.
not strangers,
Not strangers.
for the most part. ASL, y'all.
God.
We'll throw back from the 90s, early 2000s.
So,
So.
fun stuff that we do outside of the podcast. That's mainly it. I'm in there pretty much wasting most of